Hi, my name is Chris Rains and I own Rains 3D Printing. Today we're going to talk a little bit about using this, that is 3D Fuels in twine. Now that is a filament made with hemp. Hemp fiber has been around for many years. They make clothing out of it. This is not marijuana. This is not what you smoke, what now we're making legal in Canada. This is an industrial hemp used for robe, clothing, and now for this. It creates a very organic, light, strong 3D print. We're using it to make jewelry, and I'll show you some of the outcomes of that work. But a lot of people have been very frustrated trying to use this particular type of material, and it took me quite a bit of work playing around with settings and things like that to come up with a system that doesn't jam. My first attempts to use a 0.4 nozzle, and it took me months, by the way, to get a nozzle, a hardened nozzle from Prusa. Well, it never actually happened. Ended up ordering from E3D, which is where the extruder comes from. And once I did that, I put a 0.5, I changed out the 0.4 brass, and put in a 0.5 hardened nozzle, and that made a huge difference in terms of flow. And I have a procedure for doing this, and you have to work to the procedure and work quickly and make sure that when you're done the print that you take the filament out of the nozzle so that it doesn't bake in there. Because this is an organic product, you have to make sure it's not left in the tube. And I always run this kind of stuff through it. That's a nylon cleaning material afterwards to make sure that the nozzle is really clean, and clean the tip of it off to make sure it doesn't glaze over. Those are all very important things. So I'll go through that process. I hope that you find this useful, and hopefully this will be one of many things that we do here at Rains 3D Printing to help you get operating and to lower your frustration level. Thank you. All right, well, this is how the medallion starts. It came originally from Thingiverse. It was a very different thing than this. I've combined it with other elements that I set up. And I'm going to show you the process here. Let's double click. So I select the PLA configuration right here, and medium quality. If you get too fine with this high fiber, it's very difficult to get detail out of that. So I've got infill percentages at 100%, no raft, and I'm generating no support, don't need it. And this is very important to make sure that you note if you do change to a 0.5 nozzle that it's noted here, or in any other slicer program that you might have. Extrusion automatic. Layers, it automatically selects 0.25 as the first layer, and I've got a 5-layer top and a 5-layer bottom and an outlined perimeter of 3 on there. Additions, I'm using a skirt with 1 layer but 2 outlines, and that's enough time around the dance floor there to get the materials flowing enough before it starts the actual print there. I maintain the stock settings here for internal pattern and external pattern. No support. The temperature now, I have set the temperatures at 220 and the heated bed at 60, because that's what seems to work well. If you get down below, go to 210, which they claim is the highest setting, it simply jams up in the nozzle, whether it's a 4 or 5. It's too low, at least for this printer. Cooling is as selected, and let's go to advanced. Nothing changes there. So there you go. Basically it's a PLA setting, but you're using a 0.5 nozzle and the things that go with that. All right, so now we're going to click OK, and we're going to prepare to print. And there you go. And you can see that building pretty fast, eh? And then we select this, and we give it a name, and we'll call that Walking Man. And let's put it on the desktop so I can drag it onto my little disk there to put it actually in the machine. Desktop, here we go. And it says down here, toolpath successfully exported. Let's shrink that. And there's your G code. Start the preheating process. Press the button. Go to preheat. Select PLA. Now the heating process starts, but it's not high enough for what I want, so I'm going to go down to settings, select temperature, go to nozzle, set that to 220, and go to bed and set it to 60, and back to the main. And you can see now that it's getting ready to heat up to 220 and 60. Wait till the nozzle and bed reach the target temperature. Clean the bed with a little bit of alcohol. You can see me doing that here. It makes a big difference to how this product sticks to the bed. And then a very light coating of coarse glue. Set your filament in place. Then run the nylon cleaning materials through the printer, and then load in your materials. So that would be the hemp. And then start your print. Try to do it as soon as you run enough filament through so that you know it's flowing. Start your print right away. You can see it progressing here. With a little bit of, with a clean bed and a little bit of the glue, this product sticks very well just to the straight surface of the Prusa. Well, there you have it. This is the finished medallion. This is a piece of jewelry that we've made. And it came out perfectly the way that we wanted it to. You're going to see it. Oh, there you go. I just take it off. It came out quite easily. And I'm going to put it side by side with the finished product. Now what we do here is we paint in the low areas, and then a quicksand, and then oil it with a little bit of tung oil, and it really pops the Walking Man in this case right out. And near the end of this video I'll show you a bunch of pictures of other jewelry that we've done with the hemp.